What's good, man? You know, Elite Talks with the Stage. This ain't the podcast, but it's
This
the
ain't the
Elite
park.
Talks with the Stage, man. We gotta
This
do
the
our daily,
stage,
daily.
man. Every
First of
day we
all,
should.
man, Ruinous is coming up. We gotta make sure we say that on
Hey,
every.
tap in all platforms. Go get that live streams, pre-sales. Get your tickets. Bring the people. This the one.
Yeah, that's the one, not the
This
two.
the one. Yeah.
This is the one, not the two. All the stars are out,
This the one.
and
Them matchups.
I just locked in the main event for Reborn 4 September 6th. So it's gonna be a good jump.
Hey,
Gonna be a
that's what
good
I'm
jump.
saying, bro. You be working way ahead of time. I mean, that's like how it's supposed to be done, but you working ahead of time, bro. Applause to you, bro.
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna be a good jump. Gonna be a good jump.
Hey, be working for us. The stage.
Yeah, hold on. Let me get some of these things out, man. But what we talking about today? Game 1, man.
Hey, man. This
NBA
gonna
Finals
be a
tonight.
good finals, bruh. This gonna be a good finals.
I think is I don't. A
I
lot
don't
of
know
people
who's gonna
got
want to watch
OKC.
it.
A lot of people got OKC.
A lot of people do have OKC, but we're just gonna like that's bulletin board material. Like people got to stop doing that. I don't know at what point. You know what I'm saying? You got to
Mm,
stop doing that. Tyrese Halliburton is waiting for y'all to say, "Well, he made it to the next one, but he's still not good enough." He's waiting for that.
right, right, right. I think I'm not gonna lie. I think that actually fuels him. Like
Yes,
saying
he's
like I'm
waiting.
underrated,
Yeah, man. I think it's
especially.
fueled his whole season.
Do we believe he turning into a superstar?
He is in front of our eyes. Yeah, with more
Yeah.
personality. He added personality doing the Reggie, but um, it's with more
Well, I mean,
personality.
I respectfully though, after like the little comment, um, he was just basically like he did it on accident. I mean, it wound up being organic because they did win the series and stuff.
Right.
But it was like it wasn't organic because he basically said that he thought he actually made a three, so that's why he did it. And
Oh.
he kind of felt like he basically wasted it, if that makes sense.
Hmm.
Because he when you remember when he shot it, his foot was on the line, so he thought that he basically made a three, which is reenacting the whole Reggie Miller thing. Because Reggie Miller made a three,
Right. Well, yeah,
but it wound up being a two. So it's
we're just
like,
being milliseconds indifference. He took a deep shot. He
yeah,
made it.
yeah, yeah.
I get it
So
though.
it's like with that, is it really creating that moment like he was supposed to?
Well, that's what I'm saying. With more personality, because that can't be it. I specifically said it was the Reggie. That's more like a pacer moment at this point.
Yeah, yeah,
Like
yeah.
with Halliburton doing it, it's more like a pacer moment because Reggie never won. So like if Halliburton does what he's supposed to do, it really becomes like a pacer thing, you know?
Right, right,
Um
right. Yeah.
um they do have a chance. The overrated is bulletin board material. I'm sure he's waiting to hear that every single time. He's gonna go in there with his head down and they're gonna run up and down the court.
Yeah, I think do you hold on, let me ask you this. Do you consider SGA a closer?
Yeah. He's a
Oh,
closer
okay.
because they put the ball in his hands to close the game.
I say that I asked that to ask basically because I've seen Halliburton make big shots.
Uh-huh.
Um, my only thing is with him is it going to be is he's going to be able to get the big clutch moments because if your team is down so many points because a lot of people expecting them to lose. So
Expecting who to
obviously,
lose?
huh?
Expecting who to lose?
The the Pacers.
See, I think right now it's a toss up. Like I haven't really heard too much of anything like people who are like gamblers, I have seen people make certain bets. But like in the general consensus, with these two teams being brand new to this platform, which is the NBA Finals, this is kind of a toss up for real. I don't really know. For me though, I will say I think that the Pacers will be more consistent throughout the playoffs than OKC because OKC plays at a pace where you have to make your shots. Now, the Pacers are making layups. They're taking
Right.
the ball off the rim and going down and making layups. They're not even like predicated off of like too much outside shooting. So really, it's more of like the how much time did they run down and score compared to how much time SGA set up on offense. I feel like that's going to be the difference, like the pace of the game. But I mean, they both have legitimate big men,
Right.
so that might be more in favor of the Pacers. But Chet is young
Yeah.
though.
And I still think the experience is still. I just gotta see how game one goes.
Yeah, but I feel like game one won't be like the answer to the whole series. Like I want to see consistency. Like they've showed consistency, but through this whole playoffs, I feel like the Pacers have shown consistency.
Right.
Most of the
That's what I'm
games are
saying. They've
usually
been
they score the same
dominating.
amount of points. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Most of the time, they are they've basically been dominating through the whole playoffs.
Entire entire playoffs. So I think that they're going to keep that up.
Yeah. Hey man, the New York Nick Killers, man. KKs.
Hey man,
They. So let me ask you this: What? Why you think they decided to fire Coach Tibbs? Like, what you think changed this year from? I mean, because they did get further, but I think the only thing that stayed the same is you kind of made it further, but with the same format, if that makes sense. Like you don't like you haven't changed anything. You just so happen to, you know what I'm saying? Because he kind of did the same thing he did last year. Only played 7, 8 people, not really doing too much, and they
right?
didn't
So
get far.
then
Like,
I'd say personnel. At that point, I'm gonna say personnel because if like watching the playoff season like this time around, the Timberwolves, that was their big downfall. Where it's like Julius Randle isn't really consistent through the playoffs. And it's kind of been that way like for the past, you know what I'm saying, not just in Minnesota. It was like that in New York too. You know what I'm saying? It's inconsistent and you're supposed to be the guy. I feel like with them getting Cat in supposedly more consistent. Honestly, I feel like Tibbs got fired this go around because of Brunson. Because Brunson is the man on that team. If they wanted to talk Tibbs off the cliff and be like, yo, stop running that and actually run into the bench, I think he could have. But I think that Brunson was like, nah, you're done, bro. You just ran everybody into the bench. We're all dead tired. I think it's a frustration call, but in longevity, you have to move him as Brunson because if not, he's gonna continue to run y'all into the ground, and that ain't enough for Derrick
yeah,
Rose.
yeah, I agree. And then on top of that, like I said, it's really just the same format as last year. You didn't change
Mm-hmm.
nothing. And then when you decided to play the bench,
It's
it
too
was
late.
like too late at that point.
Yeah,
You
it's too late.
already done ran them in the dirt the half the season, most of the season. Then you tried to, you know what I'm saying, right quick. Like, no, we're not doing that.
I think that's a perfect setup for any like on the edge team. When you're on the edge in the regular season, you gotta run your bench because you want them to be confident. Because at the time when it's like, all right, well, it's playoff time. We just made it in. You know what I'm saying? Or like we got in, and now one of our star players are out, but at least three, four guys have like 15, 20 games of experience. When you playing for New York, when you play for Tibbs in general, y'all not playing. Y'all not playing. Y'all literally like it's certain teams who will play the bench. You know what I'm saying? Like a bad team anywhere where you don't lose nothing, you can swap a whole 10, 11 people, 12 people. But like on a team like that, where it's like you might be right there, and just because y'all not managing the legs and the time, y'all not gonna make it, bruh. I don't know who he's gonna get in to be a coach better than Tibbs, because Tibbs is like a strict coach. I think that's what got him there. But they're gonna take Tibbs's like borders and like get a new coach to get a better system for them, including the bench.
Yeah, they got to do something because this ain't it. It ain't working. It ain't gonna work like that. It ain't gonna work because you just like you need rest. You need expecting these dudes to play 40 plus minutes every night is crazy.
Crazy. They really running up and down the court every single night. And like I'm saying, it's not even like in the playoffs. It makes sense. This is the time where you got to put your best effort forward. But when you don't even try it in the regular season to like give people a chance to see what they're gonna do, you know what I'm saying? Like he really puts himself in a box every single year doing that. He's gonna run whoever he believes his top eight are and just run them into the ground. But it's like,
Yeah,
bro, there's like 15 people on the basketball team, ain't it? 14,
yeah.
15 people. Yeah,
That's
it's
what I'm
like
saying. You could at least. I get it. Like if you down, maybe don't do it. But it's like, come on, dog. You got to get these boys rest.
there should be whole moments in the season like who has like a complete team? Like, let's just be hypothetical. Who has a team where it's like they don't have a chance? All right, let's say, all right, the Wizards.
Yeah, yeah. Like they're not
Let's
going
say the
nowhere.
Wizards. The Wizards are at an opportunity where somebody who's the 11th man can actually shine. But if you was under Coach Tibbs, you would never even touch the court to see. You know what I'm saying? Like at the Wizards, the top five gonna play. But if they're not winning, they can easily swap the whole lineup out. You know what I'm saying? You're going to end up
Right,
seeing 11, 12, 13. You might not see 14 and 15, but 11, 12, 13 might actually make the court because you really don't have nothing to lose.
right. Yeah, but
It's
yeah,
especially in the regular season.
they got to do something because this ain't it. That ain't gonna work.
It's not
Uh,
they.
so,
It's Tibbs.
well him,
That's
yeah,
why
because
he
they're
gone.
going to keep playing. But realistically, what um what's next for them? Do you
Getting a
think?
new
Do you?
coach.
I know that, but I'm saying, do you think it's one of them things where it's really the coach or just the team need to be better too? Because that's two different. That's two different things.
Well, we watched the Golden State Warriors. We watched Mark Jackson build an impeccable team, and then we saw Steve Kerr take the impeccable team that Mark Jackson built and just made a couple
Them birds
alterations
is
to it.
going crazy. I don't. I ain't gonna hold you.
For real? Damn.
It's like they know you on live and just like yo.
Hold on.
Yeah, them birds is going crazy. I ain't gonna hold you. Okay then.
Yeah, bro. We watched Steve Kerr build a franchise off of the foundation that Mark Jackson laid. So I really think that it's not impossible. It's very possible that the Knicks could bring in the coach. You know what I'm saying? A la, JJ Redick. You know what I'm saying? A la, you know what I'm saying? Like how they did those acquisitions and like just build from that. Because I really feel like they right there. The Knicks could have the Knicks could have been right there. You know what I'm saying? I feel
Right.
like what takes them out is that they don't have fresh legs. They're just tired because you only running a couple of them. And they've been doing that all season. That is Tibbs' formula. It's been his formula. He wants real dogs, but dogs get tired too.
Yeah, they gotta play more people. It's just no way.
No way.
This not AU where you just play one time the whole summer camp. Like nah, dog.
And
You have to get
AAU has a
rest.
schedule that does not change like that, bro. You know when you play AAU, You know you got a tournament. You know how many games is in a tournament if you win all day. You know what I'm saying? It's not like we're in contracts to constantly move the season up an extra 4 games. You know what I'm saying? Because that's like
Right.
football. They're doing different. We want to make more money. All right, well, you want to make more money? We're going to add more football. So you're going to take away preseason because you don't want to get hurt. You're going to add more regular season games. NBA is the same way. We add more games. Y'all want to make more money. So they need to get ready for time management for sure for their stars. So when the time comes, they're ready to go.
Yeah, that's a fact. So hopefully they new coach will
Whoever
whoever
they,
that may be,
yeah,
he don't work the shit out them niggas.
yeah. I
Because
hope not, because it's
there's no
over.
way you win games like that.
No, you're gonna win games. Playing your dog's gonna get you
Well,
games, but
going to the long
longevity,
haul. Yeah, yeah, it's not
nope.
happening.
Can't run a whole season like that.
Yeah, that's not it.
Yeah, it's not at all. It shows that Tibbs has no trust in his team.
I mean, you don't even need trust at this point. You could literally just. I'm not no coach, so I don't want to like do the what ifs or the maybes. But it's
If you
like,
were a coach on a team, how would you treat your players?
I
Would you just
mean,
take your dogs and run your
It
dogs?
depends. It depends on how the game going. Obviously, if you losing or it's close, you stay in. But it's like me personally, I would probably maybe like start a quarter off with my bench or somebody from the bench, maybe 3 4 minutes. Cause you gotta think, if you give me, let's just say hypothetical, it's 3 minutes left in the second half. If you give me, if you take me out with like 2 minutes left, go to halftime, put me back in probably like 8 minutes left in the third, you kind of gave me like an hour worth of rest for real.
Okay,
If you do it like that. But it's like once you already worked me for 4 quarters and we down by three, I can't come out now.
right. Yeah, because now it's the time to
Yeah,
play.
cause now I gotta be in for this for the rest of this game.
Well, that's honestly how a lot of people lose a lot of games anyway. But I think that's the reason of the regular season. You know what your team's supposed to do. You implement more things, and you show that week, like day by day, as you play different teams. But the real point when you're a team that's close to clinching the Eastern Conference Finals or getting to the NBA Finals, um, uh, yeah, like I think it's about setting up your matchups and seeing how they play. Like because some of the best basketball really is like before you get to the playoffs, some of the best basketball is seeing a superstar with like that random team who just opens that can on some other team that you was like, wow, I don't even know who none of them is, but they're really going off. That's really exciting. But they don't do that. You know what I'm saying? That's not how basketball is run. Like usually, basketball is dominated by the stars, so you want your lineups to have a star in there. But when it time comes, you want to have the best lineup for the occasion. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know, because I mean, you can say that about Tibbs. You can say that because Tibbs only runs 5-3, that you never see what type of moves you can make like down the line because you never put these people in to see. Like you
Right.
draft these people and you watch their footage, you're their coach, so you see them at practice, but you never put them in the game to prepare them for if you was to be like, all right, well, our power four got hurt and we need our 13 to get in the game. You know what I'm saying? You gotta prepare yourself for that. I don't think he's even ready. He
Yeah,
don't
so
like
I
that.
mean, well, I don't think they get a known head coach. I think they just maybe like the assistant coach might step up, but I don't see no big coach, no marquee coach going to New York.
No, I
Like
don't either. It's too much
like
money.
the oh, but you know who they could get?
Ooh,
That might not be a bad right now. Mike Malone.
Mike Malone.
That might not be a
Mm.
bad idea right now.
Yeah, but Mike Malone might be a coach that's worth paying money to, unless he take like a little pay cut to keep the team alive. Because I think it's coming around that time where it's like contracts, and if you want to keep your nucleus of your team alive, then
No, but I'm saying
you get to pay your
if you
players.
want to have an experienced coach that's on the table, he on the table. He
Yeah,
been
but
he proven.
do you want an experienced coach? In this case, do you want an experienced coach?
Yes, I think
No.
so.
If I'm Derek Brunson, I want to be the GM right quick. Hey, we got right here. I need you to just implement a playbook where it accesses 3 or 4 more players where we can get some rest. Okay, Derek, you're the man. Y'all heard what Derek said. That's how the team should be run next year. Because they're right there. You know what I'm
Right, right.
saying? They're
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there.
yeah.
All you're missing is just fresh legs when the time comes. That's it. They've
Basic.
got real dogs.
Yeah. But I think I think I don't see the downside of Mike Malone unless it's money. Like I really don't see how he would not help.
And that's the only thing I'm thinking. It's just the money part.
Oh,
Depending
okay,
on
yeah.
if he's gonna want to accept because he's a coach who warrants more money.
Right.
Like even Tom Thibodeau. Tom Thibodeau isn't like, and I don't know how many coaches there are right now, but who are like really worth the money as a head coach. Like the way that even the GM did it is like it kind of ruins like the Pat Riley. Like there hasn't been a Pat Riley. You know what I'm saying? Our Pat Riley as of this generation right now would I guess be Steve Kerr still.
Yeah, yeah,
You
yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't really, and he doesn't carry it like that. So like we don't really have that type of like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah.
We don't have that energy right now. And once you get coaches like that, where it's like, nah, he's worth the money. You want to have him. You got to have him. Like even right now, I think that Golden State would be foolish to get rid of Steve Kerr. When you want to bring in a new guy, you want him to see
Well,
Steve Kerr's face.
I ain't gonna lie. I think Kerr is there as long as Curry's there. I
Agreed.
don't think they changed that. I could see
Agreed.
him I could see him maybe like popping his way out of there. Where obviously once lost his team, they kind of tried to stick with him for a little while, but after he lost Ginobili, Duncan, and all them, he just never was a good coach again. Winning wise. I don't want to say he's not a good coach, but it makes me think too. Like, are you a good coach because you got good players? Because all your good players left, and you basically back to like how the Spurs used to be before they got Duncan, Ginobili, and Parker.
I think that right there is the point. When you watch little league basketball, like I was watching my son's games a lot, like winter fall season. When you see the kids who clearly aren't prepared, you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah,
everybody plays, but when you see the kids who really aren't prepared get the ball in game time, you see what that confidence does, bro.
right.
Bro, it really means something. It really means something. And then as the coach, for you to inspire them, like I like there are some kids where you see him make a layup and you're like, man, that kid's good. But then
Right.
you see a kid who gets the ball and he's like, man, I'm not sure. If he make that shot, it's spectacular. That's how coaching is. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Yeah,
like
yeah,
it's really about how you inspire people in the setup that you're trying to draw for them. Because if it's like, Don, I want you to shoot that shot. I want you to shoot it, whether you think it's messed up or not. And in practice, that's what you coach your kids. In the game time, he do it. You're clapping for him, make or miss. But when he make it, you're like, nah, I'm super happy for you.
right,
Come on, man. Yeah, it's about the playbook and how you draw it up for your team instead of being like, you know what I'm saying. It's different though because that's like Coach Belichick or like I said, a Pat Riley, Phil Jackson, where it's like, no, these are the guidelines. You know what I'm saying?
right.
No, these are the guidelines, and you are a cog in this system. I don't
Yeah,
know
man. So we'll just see, far as
where that
what the
goes.
Knicks do, because at this point
It's in the air.
they got the team. They just need somebody to say, "Hey, this ain't it, dog."
Yeah. Well, Brunson gonna say that. They're gonna say that. They
Yeah,
got the
especially
pieces,
all that money he just cut. They better let him say whatever he want.
but that's why you're not gonna get a super expensive coach.
I mean, but that being as though he did that, that could possibly be the reason they probably do have money to afford another coach, because he did take all that money, that pay cut. They got money somewhere. It's just where you got to redirect the money.
Mikael Bridges got some money, bro.
Yeah, I guess. All right, man. Sexy Red pulls up on Angel Reese, and Angel Reese is shaking that thing.
man, man,
You
hey,
know what's so crazy about this? I'm gonna tell you why I'm not mad at it. Now that I'm like reading more into Angel Reese, like I get it, because you're okay. How can I say this? The main source of income that we know you for, it's not making you money.
right.
So
Her main career,
you have to do something else.
right,
Now we just seen Hitman Holla show you, off of one battle in 1 week, he makes 50,000 off a battle, right?
right.
So let's just, for hypothetical purpose, let's say Hitman and Angel Reese are status wise on the same level. All she got to do is bring Sexy Red, Savannah James, whoever else on her podcast, and she's probably making her salary in the to first week or two, if not definitely the month.
Yeah,
So I ain't gonna lie. I gave her some slack at first, and I was like, "Yo, focus on basketball." But it's like the 70,000 a year.
it's not
That's
enough,
like what
bro.
we making,
It's not enough
basically,
to be
to
in the
play.
NBA.
Yeah, like to play national basketball. These are the best women in, I would say, America. I don't know about the world.
No, the world,
Okay, the world.
and it's sad too, cause
And you telling me I could sit in front of Sexy Red or whoever, because the leverage that she has is that she's one of the first black young ladies to bring hype to the WNBA.
right.
So I feel like people are going to support her just because she black. That's one. She not ugly. You know what I'm saying? That's two. She's very like how could we say, gritty? Let's just go with gritty.
Hmm. Competitive.
Come, yeah, perfect. So, as me knowing, I think it was a member. If I'm not mistaken, member she had got a fine, and I think Josh Hart offered to pay for it.
Yeah,
So if I know, let's say she in Chicago, right? I know if I'm no, it was Lonzo Ball. I'm tripping. It was Lonzo Ball. It
both
wasn't
of them.
Josh Hart. What it
Some,
was it
yeah,
him
it
too?
was, it
Okay.
was, it was Lonzo. I know what you're talking about, but both of them definitely said
So
something
let's
to
just say I'm Lonzo Ball. I'm in Chicago with her. I made Lonzo Ball that made plenty of money.
her. Yeah. Oh,
He
he
I don't
makes her
even know.
contract for
I
sure,
don't need He makes her contracts times
and
10,
yeah, he makes her
nigga.
contract in a couple
And
days,
I don't
a
even
day.
know but see, I get it, because with Lonzo it's like nobody wants to be in Chicago right now. So you gotta kind of give him that money,
Mm.
because you still see the potential. Lonzo is still injury, no injuries. Lonzo is still, he still can get it done. I don't know about no playoff run or nothing, but he's a good point guard.
Yeah, he can still play.
So when they gave him all that money, it's really because nobody want to come to Chicago. If we call it a spade. So let's just say she already got Sexy Red up there. She just had Shaq. Don't forget Shaq. Lonzo Ball. Off of one of those shows, she's probably making her basketball salary.
Boy,
So I'm not mad at it no more because I gave her a little slack, like, yo, focus on basketball, yo. But it's like, if I'm only making 70 a year, do I really need to focus on basketball?
Bro. But this is what I'm talking about, bro. Two things. We're talking about the balance of her basketball career, which is what sold her. Bayou Barbie is what sold her. Basketball player and you're pretty is what sold her as a WNBA player going forward. Um, the balance of her basketball career to her social profile, because in her basketball career, like I said, bro, they don't make nothing.
Right,
They don't make nothing in the WNBA. They probably made more in Unrivaled, or they probably made like 2/3 of Unrivaled what they make in their WNBA check. And Unrivaled was only but 6 weeks.
right.
So whoever's funding that is just a different bag. So she knows that she's not going to make her money doing what her actual career is. I'm sure even NIL, she already had deals. She's on Reese Cups box. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? So she got brand deals that she's been had worked over for some time at this point. You know what I'm saying? So like them NIL deals, I think is the best thing that happened to like the student athlete, because now at you get a little earlier. You get them a little earlier. You know what I'm saying? Like instead of me waiting until my sophomore year or my rookie year once I get my jersey this off season, now you want to approach me for brand deals. You can literally catch me like as a high school prospect, like, no, he's gonna be the one. You can catch somebody, you know what I'm saying? You can catch somebody that early. Like imagine the next Shohei Otani. There is gonna be a brand that wants to find them before anybody else did and say, you know what I'm saying? We were a part of introducing the next big thing before the world get to it. You know?
Right.
But they gotta she has to balance it. She has to balance it. Yes, she's making a lot more doing her podcast, with her shoe deal, with her all of her brand deals. But still, we know
I'm
her
not
for
gonna lie.
basketball.
I don't think she got to balance it, fool.
If she doesn't have to balance it, then why is she playing basketball? The whole point of what sold her to us, it was
But if
Bayou
you
Barbie.
if you look at her playing basketball, now that you see everything, does it look like she want to play basketball?
No,
No.
but no, but that's what I've been saying in these past couple conversations I've been in, like, because you can tell where the real attention goes when you're trying to make
Well,
it
I
look
mean, at
it
the end of
looks
the
like
day,
it.
it's not about. I mean, I get it, but now that your attention is at this point is just making an honest living, whether that's playing basketball, whether that's doing a podcast with Sexy Red, whoever else.
Yeah, but what do you mean in
So
honest living?
the thing about it is is that at the end of the day, we have to do what makes us live comfortably, not forcing ourselves to do something just because we the outside looking in. Oh, you gotta play basketball. That's not always true. Cause if I'm right now, I'm trying to transition to a league on a full time to stop doing what I do daily. Just like if like you might be a battle rapper, I'm pretty sure you don't want to battle rap your entire life. So at some point you're going to use battle rap to now you're doing podcasts.
Springboard or
Now
something
you
else? Yeah.
yeah. So I think the issue is that the reason why this might be a Damo take, but the reason why these women are not good is maybe because they can't just focus on basketball.
I think a lot of them do focus on basketball. I
No,
think
no, 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 no. I don't want no hypotheticals. I'm giving you the real. Now that I think about it, you told me the other day, right? You
mhm,
said this verbatim. You said some women in the WNBA
they work
are
full time
still
jobs.
working real jobs.
Yes, they do.
So how can I focus on basketball if I got to go to work?
Well, because there are some players who do go overseas. There are some
No, no,
players
no.
who
You making excuses. You making excuses. I'm
I
asking
get
a
it.
general question.
Okay.
Now I'm like, now that I'm really thinking about it, the reason these women are probably trash because they can't go to the gym because they gotta go up, they gotta wake up in the morning and go to work.
Yeah,
You
because they
think
don't make enough.
LeBron getting up to go to work? You
No.
think Steph Curry going to get up to work?
Yeah, in the off season.
You think Kobe Bryant got up to go to work?
Well, yeah. Well, number one, the WNBA schedule is what 12 games.
I
I
don't
don't
care
know.
what it is.
Yes,
If
you
I'm
at
not
12
making the
games.
not
You're
okay,
trying
so
to
let me
balance
say
it.
this. Let me say this. When you get home from work, do you feel like doing anything but going to lay down?
Nah,
No.
nah. But that's the
If
difference.
you have kids, you got to kind of force yourself to go
Go do
handle that.
that. Yeah. Mm.
So the only way I think now that we really digging into this WNBA thing, I think the only way they get better is if they only could focus on basketball.
There are some
It's
people
no
who
way
do.
you can. There's no way you can give me your full. You want my best if I can't give it my full attention. These NBA players is doing like nothing but basketball. Fool, like you seen it. Niggas get up 4 a.m. train, go back to
All
bed,
day.
eat all
Yep.
day. So if I gotta go to work, and this is not first of all, fool. This is not like this is not school, fool. Like you don't go to class and then go to practice. Like that part of it is out of here.
Yeah, bro. If they made female football, it'll be the same way. Like when they had
So
like
the
the
only I
lingerie
feel
league and
like
stuff.
now that we really
Nowhere.
looking into this, the only way these women gonna get better is if that's all they focused on.
Basketball. Yeah, well, I think that's 100% a part of it, bro. Because a lot of them they have to work full
Because
jobs in the off season.
Let's just say Angel Reese getting 200 mil. You think she on that podcast? Hell no. You think she podcasting? She making 200 mil like all these NBA players and stuff. What's the first thing Ant said when he lost? I'm going to train.
Yeah,
He ain't say, "Hey, I gotta go to work tomorrow."
right. But yeah, the season over. Yeah,
Come
good.
on,
Yeah,
man.
but
She
also
would
he gets
not.
paid to
She
train.
would not be podcasting if she made 200 mil. I
She
promise
does
you that.
too, though. Like, but she like it's only select females who get the access to go do those
And see,
outside
listen,
things.
this the thing
The
about
household
that
names.
podcast and stuff, right? You're starting to see it now that we go live a lot. This is a job at some point
Yeah,
because you saying, "Hey, bro, what?" It's not, "Hey, what you doing? Let's just go live." Nah, throughout the day, we saying, "What we talking about?" All right,
like you got a plan.
I gotta put my kids to sleep, whatever. 8 o'clock, I'll be ready. Even me, hey, I gotta. Let me just make sure I'm home. Everything's. I gotta put this that at that point. Podcasting is still a job.
Hmm.
So in a sense, she is going to work because she can't. The time she podcasting, she can't focus on the basketball.
Well, like I said, the basketball season in the WNBA is like 25 games. Then you got the
It's
playoffs, bro.
40. It's actually
It's
40.
seasons, but think about that. It's 40 games. What's a NBA season?
82.
Exactly. That's double the games plus playoffs. They get 40 games plus playoffs, and that's
Okay, so
probably like
when they're not
50
playing
games.
basketball, how are they making money? They
Bro,
got to
they're
go to work.
working jobs, yeah. So
So
unless
in the
you're the
summer,
star,
in the off season, that's the time to work on your game though. But
supposed to,
I can't work on my game if I got to go to work for still.
yeah, but some of them don't work. Some of them
Yeah, because
they
they
go
might have a nice
overseas.
husband. They might got a husband that got some money too. But you telling me the average person that just getting paid
They
for the
work.
WNBA, they
Yeah,
working.
they are. Like most recently, you're either working or you're going to Thailand, Dwight Howard, to go play on the women's team, or you're going, you know what I'm saying, to another country to go play in the off season,
But see, the only way this gonna be able
and
to
you're not
get
getting
fixed.
paid from that either.
Yeah, this only gonna get fixed because they're gonna have to find some way to generate some money.
They
It's
have to.
no way. You can't be the best if you gotta go to work. You
You know what'll
can't
do it though?
because let's just say this. Let's just say this. Hypothetical, right? They probably only working on their game at practice.
Yeah. Well,
and
not at
and
home.
in the game.
Yeah, that's it.
Yo, I didn't even realize that. I'm like, yo, this nigga. I just thought it was, yo, this nigga said they got jobs. I'm like, yeah, that's why they not good, bro. They can't. It's no focus
Yeah, like NBA
because
players
at
are
the end of
going to
the day,
camps.
you yeah, you still got to find somewhere to live, bro. You got to pay your bills. You got to live somewhere.
Hey,
And I think
well,
that's the thing that Angel Reese is going through right now. She said verbatim her apartment alone is 8,000. Now that's her choice to live in 8,000 house or whatever the case may be. You
but
know that
also you do have to pay for privacy. She is
exactly
Angel Reese,
because she can't. Angel Reese can't live where I live at.
right?
Everybody be at her house
They'll
every
be at
day.
her house. Yeah,
So let's just hypothetical. Your contract only what 70,000. 8,000 times 12 is 96,000 a year.
you don't even make that
So
in.
your contract not even
Yeah,
paying for your rent.
yeah.
She got a podcast. She got to dress up in that lingerie for that model shoot. She got to
She
do that.
she do got a shoe deal though.
Yeah. Yeah, but that probably ain't worth nothing either.
Her Reebok shoe deal is worth a little something. Come on, I'm just saying like only the stars of the stars get that, and she's
Right.
gonna be the first one to really do like that's what is gonna make her the crossover.
Well,
She's
I
gonna be the
mean, to
first
be fair,
WNBA
she's
player.
not podcast. I honestly think that podcast might take over.
Her podcast been going. It's like her second
I'm
season
saying it
now.
might. It looks like it's going to interfere with her basketball career,
I think
which
that
which is already happening.
her social profile will clash with with her basketball career.
I wouldn't be surprised if she say fuck it all together.
But her basketball career,
Yes,
yes. The moment she almost close to gets hurt, she's gonna be like, I don't care.
right.
I think
Cause
she's
I
gonna
just
want to
made
win one
I just made
championship.
50,000 sitting on the and talking to Sexy Red.
I
I could
do
see
think
it.
she needs one championship though. If she's gonna just up and go,
Well,
she need to
she
get a
ain't gonna get in
championship.
Chicago, so you can
She
forget
could,
that.
depending on how it works.
Boy,
She got
bye.
money.
Boy,
She
bye.
got money. She can pay for help the same way Nico did. Hey man, you saw what we did. You know
Pay
what's
for
going on,
help. She wouldn't
bro.
be. She wouldn't be podcasting if
Let me.
she what could pay for help.
You want to hear a cat take? Midday cat take. The WNBA will get two new teams. LeBron is going to make a team, and Stephen Curry is going to make a team, and that's going to be the moment that the WNBA gets flooded with money. I think that Angel Reese is the crossover because she's doing lingerie shoots, and women will be doing lingerie shoots. I'm sorry to sound like the weird guy, but that's the perverse
I
eye of
believe.
the world.
I
I'm
don't.
trying to
I
tell you.
believe it. I don't even. I don't even doubt it.
That's going to be the thing. But when LeBron and Stephen Curry make WNBA teams, oh, they're going to get paid. When your owner is LeBron James, oh boy, he's for sure going to break all the women off on that team. And it's going to be no option but to bring owners in who are going to pay the women.
Right.
It is still fairly new, what 30 years, 30ish years, 40 years, but like still though, there I think that them two entering into the market is going to force the market to blow up, and especially like them two alone, like so you saw how they said for the finals they got Michael Jordan doing analyst talk, do
Right.
like play by play, that alone is going to sell more viewership during the finals. Whether you're a Pacer fan or a OKC fan, listening to Michael Jordan do play by play analysis is going to sell. So
You know
when,
what's so unfortunate too? It's like everybody see these women not getting paid, and I'm not saying it's an obligation. I'm saying nobody has to do anything, but nobody's stepping up to say, "Hey, hey, go 10 mil, do something with it."
yeah, but that's favoritism. Now you're showing favoritism. So
So
unless
that will
LeBron
that
funds
why
the
that's why
whole
I wouldn't be able to
WNBA,
do it.
yeah, that's why they don't do it. That's exactly why they don't do it. Because if LeBron goes to Sabrina Ionescu and says, "You're
Who
all right,
this? Yo,
You
oh, it's good, Keynote.
keynote,
was
Where
was
you
happening.
come from?
What's up,
Hey
man?
man, you know man,
But yeah,
I be chilling
Hey,
around the way.
Keno. Now that you here, man, I might gotta cut Angel Reese some slack, man. I might gotta cut her some slack, man.
Please, please, I
Okay,
take the entire
just
floor.
hear me out. This might be a
Okay.
crazy Damo take, right?
Oh God.
But most of these WNBA women, they're only making 70,000 a year, right?
Okay.
If less than that, we just seen Hitman Holla show us that he made 50,000 in a week off his Geechee battle, right?
Right.
So if I'm Angel Reese, if I could sit down with Sexy Red Shaq, I probably done made my salary at least sitting down 1 hour with them. So what I'm getting at is the NBA, they pay for these players all this money so they can focus on basketball. If my occupation can't even pay my rent, how can I fully focus on basketball?
It does. That's what the endorsements and stuff for. You telling me that? Okay, just okay. Now, just hear me out, right?
Yeah, yeah.
With somebody like Angel Reese, who's clearly her offensive rebound numbers are ridiculous for a WNBA player. Mostly
Right,
because most of those are her own misses. But let's not even put that on the table.
right.
Now, if you turn 60% of those misses into makes, and she starts averaging anywhere like I hate to do this to
You
him,
could say
but let's say
15,
she
15, 15, 16.
no, I'm gonna give it to her. Because the thing about all the attempts that she tried and just have to rebound. So let's say she starts to average 23, 12, and whatever else. So averaging a double double based off her rebounds and her points, right? You telling me that you know what I'm saying you ain't gonna be looking at shoe deals at that point because you're gonna be one of the, if not the leading statistical
Listen.
player in the
yeah,
That
but
WNBA,
that
but that
right?
sounds good. That sounds good, but that doesn't have nothing to do with her actual contract.
No, but
yeah.
that's the same. That's the but that think about it.
But the
LeBron
thing
wouldn't have
is,
been a billionaire if he only relied on his contractual money.
but
But
the
that's
thing
the
about
point. You're
yeah,
talking about a star player. Not everybody is a star player. There's about
This is
one or
true.
two star
right.
players on every team.
And
Only star
now that
players
I
get
think about
privileges.
it, now that we just
But
had this conversation, that's probably why these females so trash because they gotta go to work in the morning.
but
They can't focus
hold,
on basketball.
okay, but remember, this the same Angel Reese who in college went.
No. But now, listen. You're specifying it now. Now I'm generalizing it now.
No, this can still be used generally because I'm just using her because she has the she had the right events happening where this works out. But it's the same one who in college, you know, what I'm saying, had all that big commotion about her waving a ring finger at old girl, talking about yeah, you ain't got one of those type of deal, right?
Yeah.
So when you weren't really getting paid, when you weren't getting paid, you was doing it for school. Oh, it was
I
I'm
mean, but
flashy,
at
we
that
better
point,
than y'all.
hold on, I gotta stop you.
She
At
was
that
getting
point,
paid.
the college is
No, no,
paying for your.
not.
Hold on.
No, go ahead.
The colleges are paying for your room, your board, your food.
Hmm.
You're grown now.
Right,
You
but I'm
gotta pay
saying
for all of that.
right. That's why I said she ain't getting paid like that. Because in college, yeah, they're paying for that. In the NBA, yeah, you're getting paid more than you're
It's
getting paid in
basically
college, but
like
you still, I
it's
see what you're saying. It
basically
kind of evens
yeah.
out because
It's
they
like
still got to pay
living
for
with
it.
your mom, and then you have to go out on your own. It's different.
Yes,
Right,
but
It's
but
not.
at
That's
the,
also
totally.
but I'm saying,
different
That
but I'm
in
saying
toilet
the
though,
paper
with
not
the,
there
NBA.
no more. You
but
got to go get
look
the
at what
toilet
she's
paper yourself.
look at what the things that she's been saying. Like, oh, we should be paid like them because we're doing the same thing as, and then she starts naming players that she's nowhere in the stratosphere with.
No,
But
that was
then
what
No,
my
but
Krishan
the
Rock
reason
said.
they can't pay them
no,
is
I'm saying
because
they've
it's two
had
people
some
at
that
the
said
game.
that.
It's two people at the game at
Right,
$17 tickets.
right, and even all the women that be look. I forgot what dude it was. Somebody had a podcast and a woman brought that up. And first question he asked her how many WNBA games you been to this year. She said, "All right, you want." You know what I'm saying? Y'all want more money? Then y'all need to go out there and support y'all women. But
Right.
no, just that same group of women that'll sit there and say, "Oh, the WNBA players need to be paid more." Then you'll catch them course at an NBA game. They ain't watching them, but they there because they significant other there. They sneaky link is there. They like a player and hoping that they look at them or something. You know what I'm saying? Y'all are paid all this money goes to these men, but they complain that the women ain't getting it, right? Because the only people in the stands are future college players, a few moms and dads, and
And
grandparents
women
that ain't
don't
got nothing
like
to do.
women.
This is no. You ever tell me what company? Tell me any company you can that you've ever seen run entirely by women that was a
It's
drama free
not
workplace.
possible. Women don't like women. You think
I no,
Trey Boogie said this yesterday. You think Kim Kardashian and them coming because they know that Luca could actually make a three or Steph Curry can make a three?
no.
No, they see a tall 6'3" light skinned nigga.
They
That's
see
why
a
they
dollar
there.
sign.
But
They
now
see
we're
Ty dollar
but
That's
but
signs.
now
why
we're
they
proving
there.
now we're all right. I got two things. We're proving a point. Women come to NBA games for the perversion of women. They like
They come
sweaty
for
men. Number
the
two,
idea of it.
number two, Angel Reese in college made $4 or $5 million off of NIL deals to go to the WNBA and make 70K in a contract. That's different than an NBA or NFL
That's my
player.
point. So
It's
I'm not
Question.
I'm
only
not
Wait,
the
hold on.
it's
I'm
only
not
the
working on I'm
WNBA
not
that's like
gonna
that.
I'm not
She
gonna
Now
work
made
hold on. Let me
more
on
ask y'all this.
money in
I
college.
don't know this, or I don't know if either one of y'all got the metrics up on screen. But what's the highest paid salary in the WNBA right now?
One of the
oh
other bigger stars, Asia Wilson.
Like what's her net? I
I
mean,
I
what's
don't
she
know.
hold on,
making?
I
let me
don't
look it
know.
up. I'm
Yeah,
gonna look it up.
Asia
Because
Wilson. Yeah,
I want to see just how different, how far off she is from
Diana
whatever.
Taurasi. She
I,
ain't won
I,
in a while.
Hold on.
and my second question is: Angel Reese still on a rookie contract right now for the
Yes.
WNBA?
Yeah,
Yes.
she's
Okay,
it's
so
only her
that can be a
second
thing too.
year. Yeah,
Right,
she only
I
a
thought so.
sophomore.
Okay, boom.
So
The highest paid player as of May 23rd, 2005 is Kelsey Mitchell.
2005 or
Kelsey
25?
Plum.
Oh, my bad. I'm sorry,
Oh,
2025.
well, I'm about to
Kelsey
say,
Her
oh,
Plum.
they ain't changed
salary,
it that long.
her salary is basically a quarter mil.
Kelsey Plum, huh?
Okay,
No, Kelsey Mitchell, not
She just
Kelsey
got
Plum.
married.
and you said she got basically a quarter mil.
That's the highest paid WNBA player.
They had to
Kelsey
pay
Mitchell.
her to
So
leave.
that's what 250,000 basically.
Yeah,
Yeah.
250. They had to
Hmm.
pay her to leave
So
the Aces. Stop playing, man. What?
so my question is right. With that being said, if you know what the ceiling is, even if it's still lower than the NBA ceiling, then shouldn't that still be what you strive for? If that's going to be your job, if they say, hey, this is your job, the highest you can be is this type of manager,
No,
and you
it's
see
not.
that
But
this
my
type of
thing
manager gets
is,
that much money,
we
'cause
this the
she got to make it
this
through her rookie year regardless,
this
right?
the thing though. This the thing. This what you missing. Even now that we're in a, let's just use this league as an example. We are podcasting because at some point we might want to move on from being a battle rap league or a battle rapper. So
Right.
yeah, she's playing basketball, but it's not enough to just focus on basketball. So I got a podcast.
Her
I got to
social
do
Okay.
something
profile.
else.
No, I get that. But this is what you know what I'm saying. You ain't missing all your training. You ain't missing all your practices. If you know what your biggest thing, and you ain't even got to know it yourself, you can go on your social media handle and hashtag your name. See all the videos. The world is telling you you cannot shoot that ball for whatever reason. Even if we put you
The
under
reason
the
is
rim will
because
block
she
you.
can't. The reason is she can't focus strictly on
So
basketball.
you
We're
telling
not
me
even talking
what?
about Angel Reese. You
I'm
can't
just
specify her. Generalize
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah, yeah.
entire
That's why I was saying.
well, no,
WNBA.
I'm
Let's
just
take her out.
All
Let's
these
take her out
women
of
but
it.
no,
are
Let's take her
broke
out
and
of
they
it.
have to
I
go to work other than for 3 months out of the year
Let's
where they
take her
play
out of it. Let's take her
right
25
out
now,
of it.
but
games.
I'm saying
All the
if we're gonna
women.
with her being as the center image of what we were just talking about, she's using her is still relevant. Because my thing is, like you said, they all have to get up and go to work, right? Everybody's getting paid something different. So why is it that Angel Reese's name is more talked about than Sally McDonald, whatever team she played for, but yet they probably make as close to the same. What I'm saying is, I get it. They still have to go to work. At the end of the day, you said, hell, she could go out there and not score a single basket, get maybe 10 rebounds, and she's still gonna make that same 70K. But this is part of building towards your future. If you're even if you're doing that, even if you got that auxiliary stuff going on, if I know, okay, this is still my rookie contract. You know what I'm saying? This can go for anybody that's still working. If I know my goal when I was in high school, college, was to get to WNBA. Okay, I'm here. I'm not making. I'm making a plumber's job, a low paying plumber's wage. Okay, well, what's the high? What's my ceiling? Okay, well, this chick making a quarter million. Can I get
All
to
right,
that quarter
keynote,
million mark?
keynote. Would you trade your dream for $1 billion? She can be a billionaire, legit.
Hey,
Would you
hey, hey,
trade?
hey,
Would you trade your
what?
dream for $1 billion?
Nigga, I'd wake up. Fuck you talking about, Jay? I don't even care if you said a million or a billion. Hey,
A
where I come
So
billion.
let
from?
me ask you
She
right
Hey,
got
now. Let me
meals
ask you
already.
right now,
hey,
Tino. You
She
for a
think the
billion dollars, I'm waking up and I'm apologizing to everybody that.
so as much as you mount TVs and you help paint and whatever, if somebody say, "Hey, yo, stop doing that right now for $1 million," you gonna say, "No, I love my job."
No, you're gonna
Oh,
say
oh, oh, hold
No,
on,
screw
hold on,
you're
that.
hold
gonna
on,
You're
get
hold on,
gonna
out of there.
hold
you're
on,
gonna say
hold on,
screw
hold
that
on, sir,
WNBA ring.
sir.
I
Do
don't
you know
want
how?
that ring. I'm gonna go be rich. Go be one
Bro,
of the
you know how
richest
quick
WNBA players
you
ever.
you ever seen somebody take a drill apart with no tools? Stop playing with me. Hey, I'm a
No, what
reverse
I'm
engineer
what
or something.
okay, so to get back to the main point is I might gotta cut him some slack, man.
Man, I'm sorry.
You I'm
I
not
get it.
I'm
I
not
get it.
making enough. Okay, let's just take her out of it. What's going what we had this conversation the other day. Let's just
Oh,
take
wait,
Angel
wait,
Reese.
before you get to it, are you taking away the love of the sport? Because some people they literally will work on things just because
It,
they love the sport.
Yeah,
yeah,
but
but the
would you
thing, but listen,
trade the
listen.
love of
The
the sport
problem
for a
is
billion dollars?
the
Nigga, for a
problem
billion
is
dollars, you can have a new love. What is
Okay then.
that's
Okay
the
I'm just,
then.
point. So
I'm
listen,
just,
let's
I'm just
hold
saying it
on. Let's
because
take Angel Reese out of it. Let's just not even put
okay,
her in it because she can get the money. Okay, the average person got to work a job. The
right,
reason why the players in the NBA are probably so dominant is because they're getting paid enough where they don't have to go on the podcast. They don't have to do all this other stuff.
right.
Kobe can get up at 4 o'clock in the morning and
Go play
train all day
basketball.
till 12. Have
That's
you
it,
365.
right,
ever, you have a son, right? After
right.
you get off of work, you don't feel like dealing with your son. You have to do it because you're a dad. But
And get your in the
physically,
room. Here's your Roblox. Leave me alone. Yeah.
exactly.
But,
So
but hold on. Let me
think
ask you
about
this
it
though.
like that. Think about your
Can
son being practiced.
now
You're
now here.
tired. You can't practice to your full potential because you just
Let me
did a
ask you this though. If Angel Reese was not a WNBA player in the eye of the media, a figure, regardless of her stature, with that podcast, with those people still garner the same amount for her?
That's the whole point. You gotta stop bringing up Angel Reese.
No,
yeah. We're not
Angel
nobody
talking
else
Reese
has
about
has
did that though.
stardom.
That's
No,
what I'm
because
saying.
there
I'm
aren't
asking
any
that
other
because she's the
popular.
one that did it.
There
So I'm
are no
saying
other popular WNBA players.
I get that. I'm
But that's
asking
why
you.
she. But
I'm
no,
asking you
no.
if
But
she
you keep
wasn't in
bringing
the
up Angel
WNBA
Reese.
because
We're
she's
talking.
the relevant person.
No,
So
we're
that's the
talking about the
example.
general WNBA player who does not have the fame of Angel Reese. She has
Well,
no option but to go to work every day because she's not popular. She doesn't have endorsement deals. She can't go do a podcast. She got to go do OnlyFans or
right,
she got to go get a
and
job. Not
so
Angel Reese, who has the different opportunities. The
I,
regular woman.
that's why I'm asking. Do you think that because names like Shaq and Sexy Red they generate their own, regardless, right?
Well, they're not coming on that show if it's
If
not
they're
her.
not known,
Okay,
if nobody
that's
knows
what
her, she's
I'm.
not getting a shoe contract. She's not signed by Shaq
Wait,
for Shaq to be around. Nobody knows you.
hold on. Wait, let me ask y'all this: is there any shoe contracts for women in the WNBA?
Yes, there are a lot of Asia Wilson, Sabrina Ionescu, Angel Reese. There are different WNBA shoe deals. Yes.
Huh.
Kelsey
I,
Plum. Yes.
and the crazy thing is, I would have never known if I didn't ask that question. I
Well,
didn't even
I
think they
mean,
even
because we're
get
not
any
into women's shoes. I get that, but yeah, only
for their
the
basketball.
stars,
But yeah,
only the stars have signature things. Only a star. Like that's how like Asia
And
Wilson
I'm gonna
and
be
Kelsey
honest
Plum got
though,
to this
if
point.
she if Angel Reese was making enough, she would not podcast, bro.
Yes, she would.
No,
If
she
and
would not.
I
hey,
mean,
hey,
technically speaking, LeBron has been making enough, and he's already divvied off into
That's
different
because he
things.
just
So,
want to talk. Because LeBron talk too much.
hey, the
no, but he
LeBron
owns
slander
that though.
would not be
He owns that
tolerated.
platform. So I think for
I'm
him
talking,
it's different. It's like
and
he
he
owns the
called like in the
platform.
cut or something like that.
Yeah, the barbershop thing, he owns
Yeah.
that platform. So it's like he owns it. He gotta be on the first couple episodes, gotta sell it, and then he get off it. That's fine. Like he owns
And
them. He got like media companies and all type of stuff. That's fine. But that's the difference of
Right, right.
social
No, that's fact.
profile and being a basketball star. Angel Reese possibly could say the moment she gets hurt and rolls her ankle, she might say, "This WNBA contract and this
Ain't worth it.
dream of a ring ain't worth it. Savage
Hey, hit
Fenty
up
gonna pay
Rihanna.
me
Go.
my entire
Uh,
Savage Fenty a
Yes.
Savage
Can you
Fenty
see?
hey,
contract
Yes. Yes.
for
yes,
Exactly.
Angel Reese gonna pay
yes,
10
sir.
years,
Yes, sir.
10, 15 years of what the WNBA gonna pay her. I don't care. She's going to stop. I
I
think she's
support
going
that
to
more
stop.
than
And I not to sound creepy, not sound creepy or nothing, but just think about the men out here that probably do fantasize over her.
That's a thing. They don't sell it though. That's why
Yeah,
WNBA not
well, I
working.
yeah,
mean, obviously
yeah.
that yeah, but I'm just
Hey,
saying.
look,
That's why
I
the
promise
NBA
you,
works
between
though.
that Fenty and I guarantee you, Angel Reese started selling feet pictures. Yeah, it's a wrap for the WNBA.
Yeah,
It's a
because
wrap.
she's not making enough to only focus
To,
on basketball right now.
man,
Because she basically remember she said remember because I said this before you got on. She said her rent alone is $8,000. That's 96,000 a year. That's not including your hair. You got to eat. You got cars. Whatever else you do.
yeah, but that's probably like
Yeah,
her initial
I,
deal with
But at the
Reebok.
same time,
that's
you can't live in a house. You can't live in my townhouse that costs 1,100 because now everybody on the block know you live right here, so you ain't gonna be able to live right here. So you
Yeah,
got to pay for
it's a
some
fact.
privacy.
yeah, pay for privacy. But I think that she was at an
Yeah,
advantage because she made NIL money to where it's not like she got just 70K walking in. You actually do have 2 million, 3 million that you're walking in with to build your infrastructure, and now 70K for whatever time is your contract for basketball. It's different because she is a brand name, and that's only gonna be for the brand names.
Well, that's just her though. She
No, no,
can't.
no. I think it will be like that for Juju. When Juju and
Oh
when
yeah,
Paige
yeah, yeah,
Becker
yeah,
come
yeah.
in, it's gonna be the
But
same way.
that's only give or take. What we saying? 10 women.
That's what I'm saying. It's not enough. It ain't enough to move the pendulum. Them 10, 15 women are the ones that's gonna eat. Caitlin Clark gonna eat. Angel Reese is gonna eat probably the most because she's gonna put herself out there. But even still, when you said enough,
Caitlin Clark come from some money, don't she?
I
More
think
than
she,
likely.
yeah, yeah,
reminds
yeah.
Caitlin Clark reminds me of an SGA type of person. Like skill, not like neck and neck, but I mean SGA is a great player that don't really make noise. So you just get to watch him play, and that's it. It's not in a in a media like that. He ain't got nothing extracurricular going. He's not a real personality person, really.
Well,
And I feel like that's how Caitlin Clark got going on. Like she's a good player. She's a real good player, especially around the women she's around.
I don't
But
know.
she
I
she
don't know
doesn't
her like I don't know her dad. I don't know her financial situation, but
right like
I think
this.
she probably
It's
got
like
enough money where she don't got to do as much as Angel Reese.
well, you
I
know
think
People's
she,
how
people's already got a nice
generational
crib
wealth
somewhere.
works.
I think she got a boyfriend too. He got a little check.
You know how generational wealth works.
Yeah, but
yeah.
see, that's hard to explain to the girl that came from Baltimore and ain't really had
Who ain't?
nothing. So she
Yeah,
got to make
she
it. She
won
got to
every
make it
dime.
click.
She won
Yeah.
every dime. Respect to her too. Shout out to Angel Reese, bro. Get all your chicken. You deserve it. Get
Hey,
all your chicken.
look, when it comes to finances, I will give you that up and down 100%. But next time she miss another layup point blank range, I'm back on her.
No, let me tell you
I'm
something.
back on her.
Let me tell you something. What happens? What happens when Angel Reese gives up basketball and goes to VH1, brings back Basketball Wives as the players, where it actually brings WNBA players into it? You know what I'm saying? What
She
happens
increases
then?
her wealth.
You're
Her name
talking
gets a lot
different
more
avenues.
positivity around it because we ain't worried about how many shots she keep missing.
No,
When
it's
the
gonna.
posts are going to stop about that. I'm telling like that
She
type of
got
I'm
stuff
not
can
incentive.
turn
gonna
her
lie,
that can turn
and
her life
this
around.
might sound crazy.
Whoa.
I think she should just focus on her life. I
So
think
you think she should quit
I don't even see
basketball?
the point of because look,
Yeah, I'm just gonna lower these up.
when you basically when you good, you go to a trash team.
Thank
I'm
you.
not making no money. I might as well just go live my life.
Yeah, that's
What's she
true.
like 22, 23 now?
Yeah, she's young. You
Come
think that
on,
she'll
So,
bro.
quit
That contract,
basketball?
like you said, as soon as she get injured a little bit or that rookie contract over and she see that podcast making all that money,
yeah,
man, get out of
she's
here.
look. That'd be the best move she's ever made.
And then you don't gotta kill your body. You don't
I ain't
gotta.
gonna
You
lie,
don't
it'd take a
gotta.
lot to kill that body of hers. Whew.
But you know what'll
I'm
do
sorry.
it though.
Sorry.
You know what'll do it though.
Right.
Angel Reese will continue to play basketball until she beats Caitlin Clark in the WNBA. Once
Oh my
she
god.
surpasses, like if she's the first one to get a ring, I think she will retire. Yes.
That
But until
it's
then,
not
that's
gonna
gonna
happen.
be her only true
Okay,
driving
boom.
factor.
Let's just say hypotheticals, right?
Oh god. This
Hitman
is like
Holler showed you with 1 million views you can get 50K. She has 10 million so far on her podcast, Unapologetic Angel.
Mhm.
So what's that? 50 times 10? She at least made, if push come to shove, a 500,000 on this podcast.
But
At
but
least.
but 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 remember, that's like if I'm the talent and I have a podcast on your channel. So you and I are spitting dividends. It's her podcast on
I
somebody's
mean, we
broadcasting
don't know the
schedule.
situation. It could just be, yo, I'm trying to help my homegirl out.
Well, yeah, but I mean that's not good business. You know that.
but
Business is
I mean
business.
I mean,
we
nah,
know
I
plenty of
can't.
people
Business
that
is
don't do good
business.
business, so
I can't say that, fool. It might be a situation where it's like, yo, I'm just trying to help my girl out because I know she known a little bit.
So I know that she's making millions of dollars, and I'm helping her out, and I'm not getting nothing out of it. I don't think that's.
Yeah.
So how much money
Listen,
is she
listen,
getting?
listen.
hey, the
If
way he just
listen,
said yeah is
hold
crazy.
on. Listen to this, bro. If I listen, as cool as we been, right? If I know you got a show coming up, I'm not gonna add a dollar sign to it because I know you making money off of it. No, you my dog. I'm about to pull up.
Right, but if you're making millions of dollars and I'm helping you make millions of dollars,
But
and
the
I
the
tell you
thing
I'm
is though,
broke,
if you're
I'm gonna
my
be like, well,
friend, I'm not gonna put a dollar sign on it.
right.
Okay, so okay, well I got one for you. Then. Okay, so this is your platform right here that you do the battles and everything on, right? Let's
Right.
say a good friend of yours come on a podcast and y'all have a great talk. It's just you and them. And y'all did a one-on-one session, and because of the subject matter and all that stuff, this particular episode hits those millions of views because it was just that influential. Are you calling them like, yo, here come part of a check for you?
Me personally, yes, because that's just how I am.
Now, do you
Y'all
think?
know
Now, do you
how
think that's?
y'all
I'm
know
saying, do you
how I
think that
am
would be the
though.
same? Right now, not fact. But I'm saying, you think that'd be the same for that one that she's on? Because if
I
she,
don't think,
like you
but
said,
the thing is, I don't think the people she interviewing need the money. She's interviewing people that's more known to her.
They're helping her out.
Yeah, exactly. Now I'm not gonna say she probably ain't throwing them a little something something, but
I mean, you got to.
I
It's like
don't I
a
don't
retaining
think
fee.
I just don't think that they are. If anything, I could see her maybe saying, I'll pay for your flight and hotel." But just to say, "Hey, I need this amount to do an interview with me," I don't think so, bro.
I think that she's getting friends on,
Uh,
especially this early. She's getting people
I was
But
about
friends
to
that's
say
what
on.
I'm
with
saying, bro. We
with
can't we can't I
with
can't
her
put
salary. Oh yeah, they flying spirit.
I can't listen. I can't put dollar signs on my friendship. Me personally, if I see Kino got a podcast and you say, "Hey, Damo, come up to the show," I'm not charging you for that, even if I know I could bring you 1 million views.
I'm charging you to come in.
All right. Well,
I was
here's
like,
my thing. I'm just saying, if somebody would like, if you were helping somebody, like that's like saying like, if somebody brought you a paper for a test, they asked you to give them all the answers, and the answer was like the code to like $1 million. Would you then like, if you continuously do that, if y'all are friends, wouldn't you like? I don't want to say expect something back, but like, wouldn't you expect that your homie would like look out for you? Because I feel like I would find it hard to be like, I'm helping you out, make
But see,
you
I'm gonna just
millions of
say this
dollars
though.
while I'm
I
broke,
don't
but we're
think I don't
friends.
think these people coming to her show is a. I don't think it's
They're
homie
all
relations.
millionaires.
Yeah, but I'm saying I don't think it's a homie. Just like, okay, this the thing, right? As much as they infatuated with her, she's probably infatuated with them. So what I'm saying is, as much as she wants Shaq to sit down, Shaq probably want to go sit down too.
Right.
So it's a mutual thing. Like just put it like this: if me and Casa that talk. Hey bro, I'm trying to come to the show. Hey bro, da 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 da. That's
But
Kai Sinet. I want to
but
meet
that
him.
but
I
that's
want to meet
business
him.
though, because like you can't say Shaq. Like you got to say somebody who's not attached to her. Like somebody like somebody who she's a fan of. Yeah, but
Okay,
Shaq
I'm a run
is the
I'm a
person
run
who
down
signed
who she
her.
had on the show, and you tell me if you think she paid for these people.
Okay,
We could just eliminate all this right quick. Hold on.
right. Because like Shaq signed her to Reebok, so it's like that's her boss. Damn there.
Hold on, I got you. Okay, we got first person we got is Carmelo's son.
They're friends.
So no.
Not paying.
Krishan Rock.
They're friends.
So no.
So no.
I could keep going. Lotto.
Mutual admiration. She probably
So
paid
yes or
like
no? You think
they're
yes or
they're
no?
probably like you said they're probably paying for flights and hotels, but actually paying they're like friends of each other, so they're not paying.
I know
That's
for
what I'm
for
saying.
sure.
Like
We got
she's
Mike
getting
Williams.
viewership off of friendship.
Mike Williams. No.
I don't know who that is.
Mikey Williams, the dude, the college dude. He like big in college right now. He about to yeah, he doing his thing right now. He basketball.
Right, they're probably friends.
Oh,
That's
I
what I'm
got
saying.
one for
Hey,
you.
he been doing his thing for a while though. I ain't gonna hold you.
Hold on, I got one for you. I know she ain't paid for this. Lonzo and Jamelo. Jello, I meant. No.
Jamela. Hey,
Yeah.
Gorilla.
Well,
No.
no.
now,
Mutual
but
admiration.
let me ask you this: do you think maybe that there's a like a some sort of deal in the back of those? Like, okay, you're not paying me to be here, but
You gonna pay me with
it's
something
just
if I make something.
I might get a back end if you hit a certain number or
I
something.
could see that maybe.
I mean, possibly in the
You think she paid
contract.
for Funny Marco?
That's not how women work.
No, no,
Yes.
Funny
she probably hit
Marco?
him up. She
Funny
probably hit
Marco
him
is
on
on
Instagram, and
the
he was like,
same
"Sure."
Okay, boom.
platform.
I could keep going. Speed? No. Damn no.
I don't know Speed though.
Speed getting
Speed is
paid.
a lot
You
bigger
gotta
than what
pay
we give him
Speed.
credit for. So
You gotta
You
pay
think she
Speed.
paid for Sexy Red?
No, they're
No. Okay.
mutual admiration.
Jada, little baby mother?
Yeah, but no, but
No.
see, but now you're missing it. She's getting a bunch of her friends to help her. In
But
real
that's
life,
what I get
men
it.
help
But
each other. You
you
said
just
back,
said a dollar sign. You put the
yeah,
dollar sign on it.
because look, on a back door end, the women just want support. They just want their friends. Hey, girl, you want to come be on my show? Yeah, we're friends. I like you. I'll be on your show. For niggas, you know it don't work like that all the time. If we're
Okay, we ain't
actual,
talking about niggas. So she
no,
made five.
right. So what I'm saying is,
Let's
she
just
built
generalize
her
this
whole
topic.
profile
She
off of
made 500,000 off her podcast. She probably ain't get. She probably ain't dished out a
had to
cake.
spend out nothing. Yeah, because she asked her friends, people who have mutual admiration. Girl, you so pretty. Oh, would you come
I
on my
just said
podcast?
that. I
I
literally
know.
just said that.
I'm agreeing with you.
Oh, okay, okay.
I'm just saying like because of mutual
Cam
admiration.
Newton. We know Cam Newton. She ain't Cam Newton ain't charged. She got Jacquees. Oh my God, she got some people on here. Lisa Leslie.
Some of them people she paid.
Yeah, she probably
Some of them
paid like
people
that.
she paid, but
But
the
see, again,
majority of
I
her,
don't know. Lisa Leslie could be on some stuff like Girl Power Girl.
I agree, but I think it starts with that. I think that it's more exclusive for women to do that than for men. I think that for men, it's like usually that's not a thing. Usually
I
you
don't know.
add
Just me
a dollar
personally.
sign.
Who's an NBA? Who's a young NBA? Cooper Flag, perfect example. Hey Damo, you do this battle rap stuff. I know you're a famous battle rap league on the Come on My Show. All right, Brody, I got you. I'm not charging Cooper Flag. That's Cooper Flag. As much as he infatuated me, I'm probably infatuated with him.
Okay, but I'm saying that's a mutual promotion type of thing. So that's your payment.
All of
Your
it is mutual
sufficient.
because Angel Reese is going to bring the younger crowd, and you're going to support her because she's 23 and she's one of the people that made WNBA lit.
But she's not bringing the WNBA crowd. She's bringing pretty girl crowd.
Well, at that point, it's because
W
it's
if
competition.
Sexy Red don't want to
You
hear about
just
no
said it. You just
WNBA.
said it.
but
You just said it last show, like a couple shows ago. If that was the case, she should interview Caitlin Clark then.
I think you
If she
actually
She
trying
made
to
a
will
pretty
bring
good
like to the
point.
eventually.
WNBA,
She
I
will
think you made a
eventually.
good point when you said that mutual what's the word, promotion.
infatuation.
Because no, no, mutual promotion. Because think about it. if I'm someone, and I'm not saying this is how it would have went with everybody, but I think this might have been the mindset business wise for some of them. Because, like you said, Damo, she's bringing that young, pretty girl crowd, yada yada, right?
Right.
How, at the same time, how else can people reach different audiences by going through different, what I'm saying, avenues? So if I'm a soccer player, or even battle rap, right? If I'm a battle rapper and I want to reach a crowd bigger than battle rap, to bring into battle rap or to at least know who I am, then taking a podcast with a world famous pizza maker just because so many people know about his pizza, that's a good look for me because now I'm reaching a new audience. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go on a podcast with somebody who's like you said, getting that younger crowd, like a Shaq. Shaq
Right.
is a household name no matter what, no matter what avenues you look at. But at the same time, he's not a relevant player anymore. So if you bring him into something that he used to be, it's like, oh, okay. It's like a refresher. Like, oh snap, that's Shaq. Oh, in my head, like, oh yeah, Shaq was that good, yada yada. Oh, what else about Shaq? Oh, Papa John. Oh, you know what I'm saying? I think that could also be motivation for some of them to highlight other things, even if it's indirectly. Because
Yeah, but see, what I'm saying is because now
Shameless plug.
the question raises is that
you know,
Cat question was, well, why doesn't she bring light to WNBA? It's competition now. If that was the case, she needs to go interview Aja Wilson, Juju. She need to get Juju up there.
I tell
Yep.
you one
Angel,
thing.
Caitlin Clark. She's not gonna
Yeah,
do that
that
though.
Caitlin Clark interview would go nuts for her.
She's not
Guaranteed,
doing
just
it
because of
though.
that.
She won't
Right.
do it
She's
right
not gonna
now.
do it. She's not
That's
gonna
a
do it.
legit face off. Asia
That's
Wilson,
right.
Paige Becker, Juju.
But
That's
I
legit. That might
do think
happen.
when they get older and they mature, they're gonna have that sit down.
Yes, later down
I
because
don't
that's
think
gonna
they're
be
doing it
like the
right now.
Magic and Larry Bird for WNBA. They don't- like WNBA never had that. This is their Larry Bird, Magic Johnson. They're gonna wait till they get a lot older, and then they're gonna have that sit down for sure. Where it makes the most money, I think it's gonna be like a legit 60 minute like Gail King type of sit down where they're going back and forth. And with Angel being the podcaster already, it'll be like her platform, her talking to Caitlin Clark. It'll be cool.
Yeah, man. I might gotta get these girls some grace now. But I feel like the only way this gonna turn around is money. Cause
Yeah,
for an athlete to focus.
you
Oh,
need the
we
money.
hold on. We didn't even factor this in. You don't even have enough money to for nutritionists.
All that, all of that.
You can't even pay a chef because you gotta go to work. So if you going to work, you can't pay a new bro.
You meal prepping
Trainers probably
yourself
like they say LeBron spends hella money on his body.
millions of dollars
I
a
can't do
year,
that if I only making 30,000.
man.
LeBron spends 1.3 billion per year on nutrition.
And they're not even the highest paid player ain't even making a quarter of that.
Yeah, 1.3 million is probably
Come
on
on,
like
bruh.
4 or 5 legit
So you
WNBA
mean to tell me
contracts.
you basically just going out there off your own diet? I'm pretty sure the team got like
Real talk, she might as well look
little
like you said
crackers
earlier.
and
She could
stuff in the back.
They eat
crackers.
they eating
Hey,
spaghetti and oranges like it's pound bowl.
Yeah,
Stop
hey,
they're
playing.
eating
real
what we
talk. She
they're
could quit
eating chicken
The
nuggets.
WNBA today. She could quit the WNBA today, become LeBron's private chef, and make more money.
Exactly. So I didn't even
That's
factor that in.
nasty work.
So now that you're not making no money, on top of you working, you probably not eating right because you don't have the money to get these chefs and these trainers. Cause even like Aaron Donald, he spends like when he was playing, he spent like a half a million on the chef. Like
Just
what
yeah,
he
proper
gotta eat
eating.
is crazy food. Like for him to be that like pause that strong and stuff, he had to eat like four fishes a day, four salmons a day. Like you
Yeah,
can't
it's a
afford
strict
that.
diet. Yeah, it's a strict diet.
Come on, bro.
Strict diet for sure. That's not a joke neither.
Asparagus,
And they
they
doing that
gotta eat like
every
all
day.
this time.
That's like 365 days a year,
Yeah.
every single
So if you
day.
gotta go to work, you eating hot pockets at this point. I
They
mean,
eating McDonald's on
not
the way
literally,
home
but
after
you get
work.
what I'm saying.
They
Like
eating.
they
They
eating what we
eating.
eat, fool.
But that's also why they said that they was gonna let dudes try out for the teams because they need whatever they need. They need something.
At this point, they eating wings. Well, let's just say this: they eating in their budget. So
They
McDonald's,
eating
Taco Bell,
McDonald's on the way home after work, just like a regular human being.
exactly.
When as soon as you get off
And
at
then
ten
got to go
thirty,
to practice.
yeah, you eating checkers, yeah, for 2 months.
Yeah.
It's trash.
Hey, imagine going to Walmart seeing Angel Reese or one of them in there getting one of those
What?
rotisserie chickens.
No, but you gotta stop. No, Angel Reese is not going. She can afford the privacy. The girl, the
I'm saying
WNBA
just
player that you would see in
the
the
ones that's
Wawa
working off
is
that
somebody's
salary
name
alone.
you don't know. She would be a
That's what I'm saying. I
random
don't
ass
know them other
lady. She
names.
would be.
I
She
can't
would
name
be.
any other WNBA player. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah, but that's why you can't name the name. The lady we would see on a random would be like I would see a random Mystics player. I don't know her name. She just 7 foot tall. I'm like, yo, what do you do? You play
Right,
basketball?
right, yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
She not like you know what I'm saying. Asia Wilson. I'm gonna go ask her autograph. I know her face. But a random,
Mhm.
you know what I'm saying. You 6'10". What you do? What's this? I don't know, bruh. I don't know. The regular WNBA player does not make enough, bro. I've been saying this. I'm glad we can finally talk about it.
Yeah, I mean, I might gotta cut them a little slack, and I'm not saying Angel Reese. I'm just saying in general now,
Hey, bro, I'm
because
not
they
gonna
don't
hold
have the
you.
money for they don't have the money for nutritionists. They don't have the money to work on their body. They don't have the time to fully lock in. So that's the reason why they trash. Because we all said this before, right? What's gonna make me tune into the WNBA besides pretty women? The on court play.
Yep.
And if they not playing, all right,
Good. Then you're
I'm gonna give
looking
you an
at the
example.
pretty women.
We gonna give you an example of what we just said, right? Do you know who Anthony Gill is?
I've heard the name. I wouldn't know his
But you
face
don't
though.
know. If you seen him in person, you wouldn't.
Not a household name, no.
Exactly. He plays for the Wizards. So just imagine him walking around.
You'd be like, yo, who's this guy? Yeah, that's
Yo, who is
Gil. That's
you?
Gil, yo. What? Yeah, yeah, I'm a Wizards man. That's like Nav. Nav
Come
walks
on,
around like,
man.
don't you know
I
me?
might
He's
gotta
like,
cut the women some slack.
I don't know who that
So
is.
I only
Hey, that's like them randoms that the Lakers be trying to fill out the roster with.
yeah.
That's
If
crazy.
we don't know him and he's in the NBA where it's more popular, we definitely don't know nobody in the WNBA. Like you said,
Don't
they gotta
know
just
him.
be tall.
Hey,
Yeah, like
that'd piss
a
me.
random, like, yo,
Bro, wouldn't
who
that
are
piss
you?
you off if you don't work your ass off to get to the NBA and you go to some place and people just like think you just a regular random person?
Yeah.
That
I
That
pissed me
would
off a little bit.
actually be more sad
I
though.
think the only way you'll get noticed is if you have like, don't get me wrong, it's like super fans out here. Like they know the roster of the Wizards, even though it's nobody on the team.
And they live in Washington.
Yeah, exactly. That's how. Yeah, man. So they really ain't getting no money. So yeah, I mean, yeah. Last topic, man. Before we get out of that one, kind of drag, but we needed that. We need that conversation, man.
Yeah, it was a good conversation. I ain't gonna lie. Last topic though.
Do you think we could live without phones, man? I said no, no, no.
I think we could. It
I don't
would
think. I
definitely be
don't know.
trash.
I
I think
can't.
we
I'm
should.
tell you why. We're on the phone right now.
Yeah, I think we should though. Phones kill word of mouth. Now it's word of illusion.
Well, let me ask you this though, as a second part to your question. Now, is it only phones and like, or is that communications? Is that radio? Are we losing part of the internet?
Let's
Because
just say
think about
cell
it.
Just
phones, cell
phones.
phones, cell phones.
Just
Just
phones.
phones.
I, a large part of people would go insane. There are plenty of
Yeah,
people that survive it.
I'm a part of the large part.
You
Fool, can you imagine? Could you imagine using MapQuest and papers again just to get where you need to go?
No,
better know where you going to. Learn them landmarks.
I'm gonna
You
tell you
gotta
this
ask
right now.
Google.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. You'll never be able to catch another man cheating.
Boy, I'm
Yeah.
Hey,
trying to tell you. A
hey,
lot of
if you ain't
police work
pulling
would
up
not
to
be
the crib,
happening.
if you ain't pulling up to the crib, you don't know
I'll
what's
even go a
going on.
step further.
Go
I'll even go a
police.
step further, fool. I make all our flyers off my phone, fool. We
But
be
no,
You
that
doing
know
that
it.
would
what?
hold on. That wouldn't affect you too much, Damo, because you can still do that same thing with the right
Off
apps
your
on the computer,
computer. On the
and you can
I
still.
get
computer
that.
with a
No, no,
camera
no, no.
on your
I get what you're
computer.
No,
saying, but the
what you would lose is the ease of access, because now you actually
Yeah.
yeah,
have to
like
be at the
how
crib.
fast I can
Yeah,
make it.
right.
Right.
Yeah,
Like you have to. It will force you to be more um, meticulous on your time and what you're doing,
right.
because you can't just be at Walmart and be like, you know what, I got an idea for a flyer. Go on your phone while you're in line and whip up something and then finish it at the crib. You actually
Right.
have to keep that idea. Wait till you get
Right.
home and all that. Yeah, like it'd be a big inconvenience for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But live without them, yes.
Especially especially now our money is in our phone basically. I have to unlock my card to spend my money. I gotta lock my card back up.
Yeah, yeah. Especially if you
Even
travel.
even even if you want to go a step further, catching moments. I can't catch moments no more.
Well, we ain't gonna never. We wouldn't have known. No, we wouldn't have known Trump got shot at. Well, no, they would have had them cameras out there. Like we, yeah, there's a lot of stuff we
But I'm
wouldn't
thinking
have known.
just spending time with
Hey,
your
Kim
homeboys.
Kardashian may not be where she's at. That was caught on the phone.
Right.
Only fans would be
Yeah,
just
the way people got
done for.
famous was different. They
Yeah.
even said that too. Like even in the music industry, you had to like be in the area where the music execs might be and wait till they pop outside, and you gotta walk up at the right time to show your skill. It wasn't like as easy. Now you can
Well,
do
I put it
everything
like
on
this.
do
What
off
about
of our
think
phones. We
about
can do
like
off a
even when
off a computer.
well I don't know because I think I say it just makes everything a lot more difficult because remember Soldier Boy got popping off of what was on YouTube and people saw that on computers, not just phones, and he
Yeah.
started a whole movement, a whole motion.
Ringtones, all that.
Like all the now don't get me wrong, the ringtone, yeah, that would have definitely not been possible. But I don't know. I think it's like I said, I think it's just a large people that would just fade away from the course of the history, and then other people would just figure out how to get around it. And we already
Yeah.
know Damo said he if he part of that large
I'ma
group.
go crazy. I'ma go crazy.
Imagine
But
somebody
yeah,
trying to
man.
send you a message and a bird flies to your window with a note around its neck.
Oh my God. Yeah, but we appreciate everybody pulling up. That was a quick topic to end the live, you know what I'm saying? In the segment. We already been on here hour and 30 minutes.
Hey, look, one real quick thing to pick back off that. Did you live without a microwave?
Yes. I normally don't use the microwave. I'm a air
Mm.
fryer guy.
Oh my God, that's just the microwave 2.0. Okay,
No. But you said the
Hey.
microwave.
okay, fair, fair. Okay,
I know some
well,
people like that though. They literally just don't have a microwave.
the first time my microwave broke on me, I thought the same thing. I'm like, I'm good, but then it was some of those nights where it's like, I don't want to buy food out. I don't want to cook. I already cooked some, but I can't reheat it. Not a lot easy way. I'd have to literally turn the oven back on, get another baking dish out, and not, like it's just the ease of access. That's what it
Yeah,
is.
the inconvenience.
'Cause yeah, I can throw a bag of popcorn in the microwave. It'd be done in 2 minutes. Okay, well, what if you got a microwave? Okay, now I got to get a pot. I got to get the oil. I got to cover it. I got to stand there and wait to
Oh
listen to
man, your boy.
this
Look,
boy.
we and we gonna hey, we gonna end on short starters comment. He taking shots, fool.
What is that? Oh, here we go. Let
Hey
me see
man,
what he's saying.
elite talks with the stage, man. Y'all be safe.
Hey, hey, man, you gotta be careful who you select when you put up those type of stats. But anyway,
Yeah.
it'd be
We
crazy out here.
appreciate everybody that pulled up, man. Shout out to the 11 people that's in the building. Like, comment,
Yeah.
subscribe, go to the stage YouTube. We appreciate all y'all, man.
Uh,
Appreciate all y'all, man. Shout out
this
to
the
y'all, man.
stage.
This
Elite
the
talks.
stage, man. Yes, sir.